Howdy-ho, Andrew here. Welcome to the Onion Buns and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Oilers. So let's get down to the games we had. The first game we had was October 21st, 2025, Oilers versus Senators. I was shocked, and I just covered it in my rant, but I was shocked. Lazar got sent to the press box after being one of the best players on the ice. So Phillips drew back in after sitting 3 games. He should have never sat for any of those 3 games. Unfortunately, that means Knobloch put Lazar into the press box, and Lazar, the night before or the game before, was one of our best players and got a goal. Kapanen is out 6 to 8 weeks. Skinner is in net. So the first period, Oiler penalty at 12:19, cross-checking to Nurse. It was a bad call. It was obviously a push, but the referee set the tone right off the bat, and then they hit the Senators with an equally bad call right after that. We had Howard definitely has nice hands, but he still doesn't understand this is the NHL and not university. Third time this year he tries to deke out 3 defenders and gets shut down with no play made. They just basically dump on his ass. He's got to break himself of that habit. Phillips, as I said, he's always stands out in every game. You know, he drew a nice slashing penalty and Oiler power play. But unfortunately, power play looked horrible. McDavid scores at 3:29, top right corner. What do I keep saying, people? If you want to score in the NHL, shoot high. That was the end of the first. Second, this game went to overtime. Oilers draw a penalty at 4:35, slashing. Oiler power play 4-on-3. It was a sloppy power play, but they had good pressure in the final 20 seconds. And Wallman scores at 2:36 of the overtime. Blast from the blue line to the top of the net. 3 stars of the game for me were Wallman, OT winner, Skinner, 100th win, and Howard, first NHL goal. So anyone out there thinks I'm only ever negative on Howard and Savoy? No. When they do something good, I give them the credit, and I'll give them the props. 3 slugs of the games were Rosevich. He was invisible for the entire game. This was that one game I was talking about that he just wasn't good in. It was almost Savoy, but Ross, Savoy had that right at the end of the game. He won the draw that got the puck over to Wallman to blast it in, and that pulled him out of the slug just for that one play, really. Otherwise, he was just as invisible. Tomasek was invisible, so he got the second slug. And Nurse, because he took 2 penalties. One of them was absolute crap, not on his part, but, he took 2 penalties that cost us. So when you do that, you end up in a slug.